Welcome to a very impromptu live video about all design shop. Let's see, what else? Embroidery. We're going to talk about it all today. I'm going to tell you guys the things that I have learned. Sorry, I had to close my fridge because I just noticed that I left it open. I'm going to share a lot of things that I've learned since starting to use Design Shop and starting an embroidery business. So I'm going to see if some people join. If not, I'm just going to keep on going and talk to myself. But a little background about me. I got started in embroidery because I was previously a graphic designer, and I had experience with Adobe products, Illustrator, InDesign, Photoshop. I always enjoyed creating personalized items, whether that be physical items or just digital stuff. I really enjoy doing that. And I have an Etsy shop, and I decided to get into embroidery. So I researched machines and I stumbled upon Melco, and I have a Melco Summit 16 needle machine. I had to learn the program myself. I had to, from the start, I had to learn that all as I got started. So the cool thing about Melco is that they send you a trainer if you pay for it. And I got John as a trainer, and John was awesome. He was here for like 2 days, and we went over everything. He taught me how to use the machine. I mean, I knew nothing about embroidery, nothing. And I jumped into this. Anyway, he showed me everything. I showed him the things I knew as far as like vector designs and designing logos and things like that. And we went from there. And after 2 full days of training, I could do it. I was still learning. I'm still learning every day. But I think that anyone who has some kind of creative background, whether that be graphic design or just even like Canva design or drawing, or if you're creative at all, you can do this. It really isn't that hard. So I want it to be able to show you guys. I wonder if it'll let me. I can share my screen. Okay, I'm going to share my screen, but I want it to let you guys know. I have a Mac computer, and Design Shop for Melco is for Windows, but I found a way around that. I use this thing called Parallels Desktop. And Parallels Desktop is an app that helps me run Windows on my Mac so that I can run Design Shop. So I'll show you guys what that looks like. Here we go. And of course, the dog decides that she wants to go outside. So let's see. I'll share my entire screen. Woo! Okay, hold on. Okay, how's that? Let me. Okay, I know that you guys can see me. So, this is Parallels. It allows me to have Design Shop up. Okay, I'm just making sure that everyone's good. So this is Parallels, and Parallels allows me to run Windows, which then allows me to run my Design Shop Pro. There we go. Oh, bad timing. I don't think it was ready for everything because I had just finished closing out all of my designs that I was working on, so I could start fresh with you guys. Okay, so we've got a new project in Melco. The cool thing about Design Shop is that it comes preloaded with fonts. So you can actually go over here and select the type of font that you want. And they've got a lot of really great options, especially for script. So we've got like an athletic font right there. Within Design Shop, you can select letters individually. You can go in and you can change the direction of the stitches. That's what that little button is right here, the insert stitch direction. So I could add another one if I wanted to. It's really easy to, you can move things around like that. You can't move up and down, but if you did say want to move a letter up or down, you can hold control and move it up and down. But I'm going to put it back. Let's see here. I'm going to open a recent project. Let's see. I'll close this one. We're not going to save that. Let's open. Let's see. How about this bow frame? Okay. Okay, so here's a bow frame that I designed one day. As you can see, everything in here has its own layer. These are the wire point for, like, this is where the outline is. And then from here, you can change the direction. That's the direction I have right there because that's a fill. You can change things to satin stitches. The thinner stuff is better for satin stitch, obviously. These are the ways you can kind of move things around. The green little circle, that is the start. And the X is the stop. So it will start stitching here. You'll see. Yep. And end there. Let's see what else. So say you've got a part where you're like, okay, I need this to be a little bit more curved, but these triangle, the wireframe, these points, if you hold down Shift and then click that triangle, it'll turn it into a curved one, and then you can actually get in there and curve it more. So there you go. Design Shop is very similar to like Cricut software and Silhouette, Cameo, the Silhouette Studio. If you know any of that stuff, you can do this. Another really cool thing on Design Shop is there's a design checker, and this will tell you any issues that are going on with your design. This is the project. This will show you all the stitches, the navigator. Oh, this is new because I didn't know that I could do this, because I've just been using the graphical zoom in. But under project, so this is where you control the order of what's going to stitch. So I want that to stitch first, then this will stitch, then this one, then this one, then that one. Then it's going to do the bows, and it's going to end with the middle. So that's how that one works. Right now on this one, I haven't adjusted the density much because I haven't stitched this one out yet. But the density is something, let's see. If you double click on these, you can see the properties. So something that's like really skinny like that, I like to change the density to about 85%. And then I always just put that in 0 because it's going to use fill for anything that's bigger than a certain amount. So that just kind of like disabled that so that I know that it doesn't just start using fill instead of satin. The underlay, it's got edge walk. I think that's good for this. The pull pole comp is something that I'm starting to play with a little bit more now that it's whenever I know whatever I'm stitching this on. So say I was stitching this on a, let's see, like maybe some just like canvas. If I was just putting this on canvas and it's just a very thick, very sturdy pattern or sturdy fabric, it's not that stretchy. I'm just gonna leave this at 0. But if I was stitching it on a fleece blanket, for example, or a stretchy blanket, or something that has a little bit more give, I'm going to increase the pull by maybe up to 105 and then maybe 2 for the offset. And it'll make it so that the stitches don't disappear into the fabric that you're using. Let's see, what else? These are just like the basic things that I do as far as setting up a design goes. You can always say you want to draw out your own design. That's a walk stitch. We're going to delete. If you want it, maybe this part of the bow to be a different color. There we go. Now it's fluorescent. I do have this one. So say you want to actually put it on the color that you have on your machine, the one that you picked out for this one. I'm going to go with the 1990. I searched that by the number, and that's the Poly Neon by Madeira. And then I applied. Okay, so now that I've got that, I can know that this one, the 1, see how it's got a 1 there? The 2 is that green. So if I want this to be the same as that, I'll select the 1 and back to normal, but we're pink now. Let's see. You're always going to want your design to be centered for the hoop. Here's some other things that you could do, like if you want to flip it. You could even go in here and do the hoop setup. So say I was going to do, let's see. Of course, the dog is eating her bone right now. Machine name. I've got this one. Let's see. You can customize this so that you could put like all these different, like the Mighty Hoop. Like I have the Mighty Hoop 13 by 8. I have the Mighty Hoop 5.5 by 5.5, but I don't see that one. Oh, maybe it's up here. Yeah, there's that one. I also have I don't have that one. So like right now, this is a chance for me to put these in here. Let's see. I think those came with the machine. I have those. Mighty Hoop. That's pretty much it there. Okay, those are the ones that I use a lot. So say we've got the 5.5 by 5.5. Apply. Now you should be able to add it to, let's see. You should be able to view it. So let's see. I always lose this one. Object, graphics, tools. Display hoop. There you go. Okay, so my design is obviously too big for this hoop, but, and it looks like it's kind of close there too. So it might be something where we have to be like 3.9. It looks like that would fit perfectly. It's like the cutoff of the hoop. And then, of course, I could go in and I could mess with more of the directions of the stitches. Now that this is smaller, it might actually be okay to do satin. Let's see. Yeah, looks like it might do it. So then it's a little thick right there. But I could at least go in and move things around a little bit. This could probably come down. This too. And these little squares are just helping me with the curve. So I could do that. And there you go. See, I've got that starting to be a little bit better. There you go. So now I know that the satin stitch will work in that space. So as you can see then, that's going to stitch satin. So if I wanted to do it the same thing over here, I would do what I just did and just move these. Let's see. That looked a little funny, so I'm just gonna. Cool. Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing for a second and just see everyone. Let's see. It's my first live, so I just wanted to get on here and chat about some things with Design Shop. But yeah, if you ever have any questions about Design Shop or Melco, or if you want to get a summit or a machine from Melco, they set me up with a little forum on their website, which is kind of cool because they liked my story that I now tote my machine around in my camper and I go to events and it's a lot of fun. And I also sell on Etsy. So if you want to know any more about Melco, I will share my link in that chat so that you guys can check it out. Other than that, leave some comments on this video. Let me know if you have any questions, and it'll help me when I go to do another live in the future. And we'll talk more about Design Shop, and I'll share some tips and tricks with you guys. So thanks for watching in the future. I know there's no one here right now, but that's okay. So thank you guys, and I will talk to you soon. Happy Friday Eve.